Welcome to the daycare center. We are very happy to welcome your child. We call the daycare center Kita for short. Of course, your child needs time to get to know the daycare center. This is what we call the settling in period or Eingewöhnungszeit. This is a time when your child can get to know the educator, the other children and the house to get used to the daycare center. The settling in period is particularly important for your child because it is here that he or she learns to spend the day without mom or dad. In order for your child to not be afraid, he or she must build up trust with the nursery teacher. In order for this to work well, we, that is, we the nursery teacher, and you as parents have to work well together. Before your child goes to the nursery for the first time, you get to know the nursery teacher. You can ask many questions and make an appointment for your child's first day at the nursery. This is when the settling in period begins. We would like to explain to you how this can be done successfully. During the first few days of the settling in period, you and your child stay together at the daycare center. In some daycare centers, this is for 1 or 2 hours. In others, it is for the whole day. Your child can get to know the new environment. The nursery teacher will explain everything again and help with tips on how to behave. After about a week, sometimes sooner, your child will be left alone with his or her nursery teacher and a group for the first time. This is called a separation attempt. This will only be a few minutes at the beginning. It is important that you stay close by the whole time. For example, in the next room or in the garden, so that you are always available for the nursery teacher. And don't worry if your child cries at the beginning. The nursery teacher will confront him or her and bring you back in if your child does not calm down. This way, your child can slowly learn to trust that the nursery teacher cares and that mom or dad, even if they leave at first, will always come back. As soon as your child succeeds in getting through the time without you and without much sadness, he or she can stay longer at the daycare center from day to day. After about 2 to 6 weeks, the settling in period will be completed and your child will now be able to stay at the daycare center all day. However, the length of the settling in period varies greatly. It depends on your child and also on the concept of the daycare center. Dear parents, you now know what settling in time means and why it is important for your child. Now we would like to give you a few information and helpful tips on how you as parents can help with the settling in period. Please allow at least 2 weeks for settling in. Every child is different and some can detach from their parents more quickly, but some more slowly. If your child is healthy, the settling in period should take place every day and without interruption. If your child comes only occasionally, especially in the first weeks, it will be more difficult and will take longer to get used to the daycare center. Stay available by phone, especially during the first days of the acclimatization at the daycare center and always later. We would like to inform you if your child needs you. Please bring and pick up your child at the times agreed with the nursery teacher. Your child needs to be sure, especially during the settling in period, that mom or dad always come back. Especially during the settling in period, it is important that your child goes to the bed early. A day at daycare center is exhausting for children because there are so many new impressions. Children with a different mother tongue also have to cope with a new foreign language. Therefore, the child should not have additional stress or be overtired. And, dear parents, we know that the settling in period is not only a special time for your child, but also for you. Therefore, you are of course allowed to be sad, afraid, or cry when you're apart from your child. But please, do not show this to your child. This will make it harder for your child to settle in, and it may feel that it cannot leave mom or dad alone. Talk to your child about the great things he or she will experience at the nursery. Give your child a cuddle toy or another favorite toy. Something familiar can help your child with the separation. Finally, 2 practical tips. Please bring the following changes of clothes right at the beginning of the settling in period, because something can easily get on the shirt or in the trousers. 2 undershirts, 2 briefs, 2 shirts, 2 pairs of tights or leggings with socks, 1 pair of trousers, 1 pair of slippers, sleepwear, rainwear if necessary, nappies and wet wipes. Please write your children's name inside the clothes with a waterproof pen so that the things do not get lost. Now you are ready to settle in. We hope your child has a happy time at the nursery and makes a lot of new friends. If you get stuck, ask someone for help. Ask the nursery teacher, a refugee social worker, or other people in your environment.